Alright, so we're heading out to see another town car. I'm not going to spill too much information on that because I'm still not sure whether or not I'll be able to film it. So I'll talk about it maybe afterwards, but hoping to make another video on that. So I'm driving this. So this is Nathan's. He does have a radar here, so it might chirp every once in a while. So what can I tell you as far as the driving experience? So I am sitting on a pillow right now. The seat is obviously sunk in. He mentioned he might consider you know, stuffing it or swapping it or some combination. So, you know, it does drive obviously different. I do feel the grip. Yeah, the grip of winter tires is definitely better. Although the roads are relatively clear. But, you know, still just, I know how my car handles and how it kind of behaves. Yeah, the winter tires do make a difference when you drive in the winter wonderland, such as the one that, you know, we all live in. Steering is very, very loose. And obviously, so there is an issue. Because, yeah, like I can do this, and it doesn't actually do anything. So, a lot more effort needs to be given for it. So the wheel basically needs to turn a lot further for it to make a turn. But look, all these things, they're first-hand kind of driving experience. It's by no means a criticism of any kind. I also noticed, so this display thing, it's burned out, I'm guessing. Let me try and pressing it. Oh no, never mind. Nope, I stand corrected. South or off. Okay, oil life. You see, I don't have that, so I thought it's always on. I didn't realize that you have to that there's an off function. All right. It's also, so it's unique for me to see this type of display. So when I was in the car rental you know, business, or when I was working for a car rental, yeah, we did have town cars with this type of display, so I do remember it. I haven't driven a car with this type of display in a long time. And the red thing is just, it's a phone charger, so it's just goes from there. Yeah, so yeah, it's good for me to reunite. I do love the tachometer, but yeah, like it accelerates. The winter tires, yeah, definitely make a difference. Yeah, like it accelerates good. You would never say that this town car has 500,000 miles or even 227,000 that's actually showing. The air suspension thing, I think that's because I believe it is converted. Not 100% sure on that. I should probably ask, but I forgot. Or maybe, you know what, maybe he did mention this before. Yeah, it drives fine. It drives comfy. It is a bit more bouncy, so which does lead me to believe that it probably has springs and not the original air suspension. So that little knocking noise also, it went away. Like I don't hear it. So either it's much more quieter, or it's just not there. So I don't know. All right. We'll keep driving. We got about 29 more minutes to go. The clock. All right. Got that. Like I said, I love the black interior, so I think I already mentioned that before. It just gives you a more special feeling. And I think my buddies back there, we kind of left all at the same time, but I think I snuck through on a yellow light when they stayed behind. So, all right. We'll see what happens. So the one interesting thing that I did notice is that his armrest, so this little storage area / armrest, doesn't squeak. Like it barely makes any noise compared to mine. Now I did notice that the latch down there is broken, so it leads me to believe it's the way that the latch interacts with this material right there, which makes it squeak. But the fact that the little latch is not there, it doesn't squeak. So you see, if this was in my car, I mean, I'm not suggesting that I'm gonna break off you know, the latch, although it really doesn't serve any good purpose, because as you can see, it stays down, like it's not spring loaded or anything. So yeah, now I'm curious to see how my own is gonna feel like if I try to do something with, you know, with the latch. But yeah, this is refreshing. That when you lean into it, which I'm doing right now, it doesn't make any noise. Okay, it's the little things that count. And I can also tell you, you know, I've been driving it for probably 15 minutes already. Yeah, the one annoying thing, it would be the steering, how it's wobbly. You know, on the turns, like, I mean, it turns. I don't think it's dangerous. It's more along the line of just I'm not used to it yet. But in general, yeah, it's nice, comfy. Look, exterior temperature 1 degree, but it is warm inside. I got it on auto, medium fan. Yeah, the brakes are a little soft. And also the one thing that I did notice, so the little knocking noise, it does come through more during the stop. So obviously I don't know what it is. I can't really diagnose that. But in general, you know, it's a noise of an older vehicle that's got a lot more miles. It's also interesting to see right here. There's, I don't know if you can see that, there's an R, like a little R that's attached to the door. Like right here, there's a P right there. I'm guessing that's for passenger, and then there's an R right there for the right. So, all right, little things that I keep finding. In general, the wood. It's interesting also how Ford and Lincoln, they kind of, regardless of what color the interior is, the color of the wood is the same. They didn't put any darker or lighter wood on the tan color, or the other way around. So that's all the same. His pull strap can probably need to be retightened a little. But yeah, I got gold here, gold on black. All right, just keep on town carring. So another interesting thing I found, so on his radio, you know, so it does have the single disc CD and the cassette, but then it has the mute button, which is fine. Mine has the mute button too. It's in a different place, but then when you click it, it says no phone. So is it suggesting that these things still had a built-in phone, or at least the stereo that this thing was, you know, like the deck itself was somehow designed to work with some sort of an integrated phone? Yeah, I don't, like, mine doesn't do that. Mine just says mute. Yeah. So you see, the little things here and there. So if you click tape, this is going to say no tape. All right, makes sense. And then when you click eject, it says no tape. All right, also makes sense. But yeah, the whole thing about the mute and the no phone thing, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, well, plus you know, the radio itself is a little different, so it's got some buttons that mine doesn't. Yeah. So all right, keep finding interesting stuff. All right, so here's another interesting tidbit. So I'm just playing around. So I set the cruise control. All right, it does turn on, so there's a little speed control there. I can increase the speed, you know, via these buttons. All right, nice, you know, all works nice and the way it should. But then I try pressing the off button, and the off button does not turn off the cruise control. And besides, why do they call it speed control? Why don't they call it the cruise control? But it's okay, that's okay. But yeah, now there's a way to turn it off, is by hitting the brake, but yeah. So with this, if you didn't know that hitting the brake pedal disengages the cruise control, you would pretend like you are Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock in the movie Speed. You know, once you hit that cruise control, that's it, you can't slow down. Anyway, I also love the fact how vague kilometer section of the speedometer is. It's like you have 20, 60, 100, 140, and 160. That's it. So between 0 and 20, okay, all right, I can see how it's not necessary. But between 20 and 60, like they didn't want to put a 40 in there, or a 60, or an 80. They just go straight into the 62 to 100. Yeah, so I think this just proves the point where, you know, these weren't really intended to be, you know, to be used as far as the actual the analog portion of it. Now you do have obviously ways of using these buttons right here, which are different because of the control. So I have the 4 buttons control. This generation has the 2 because all you're selecting different stuff on the right side. But obviously when you would convert it to from miles to kilometers, the correct or the more accurate one would show on the digital readout, which makes sense. But it's like they just slapped something on there just for shits and giggles. Just it's like, here, you know, they want kilometers, let's give them kilometers. Let's give them the most vague display we can think of, just to just to say we did it. So yeah, there's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back in my tan interior with my wood steering wheel and my stuffed to the gills seats. So I can tell you that the experience of driving on other people's town cars is very unique and very rewarding, because it gives me a chance to kind of explore and also inadvertently or advertently, you know, compare it to mine. I can tell you that these cars in general, they do not drive like the mileage suggests. They drive a lot better. That's true for Rich's Ford Boss Me. When I drove his has, God, I don't remember how many miles. I'll have to look. Then that's also true with Nathan's. Whether it has 500,000 some miles or 200 whatever, yeah, they drive a lot better. So I can only hope that when my odometer starts showing something more than 102,000, that it'll keep driving a lot better than what the odometer suggests. See ya, everybody, and I hope you like it.